Good evening. Today, Narendra Modi completes 11 years in office as our Prime Minister. Here are 11 of his spectacular achievements. 1. Operation Sindoor. Because of 4 reasons. His new doctrine, as far as Pakistan is concerned, an act of terror would be seen as an act of war from here on. Orchestrating an awe-inspiring offensive and defensive military operation. Calling out once and for all Pakistan's nuclear bluff, and holding the Indus Water Treaty of 1960 in abeyance. 2. Vaccinating 1 billion Indians twice over within a year, because that saved millions of lives and restored faith in India's ability to mass mobilize resources for saving the nation's health. 3. 100 million LPG Ujjwala connections, because that directly saves 150,000 lives every year, as household pollution is the single largest cause of infant mortality. 4. 370 abrogation, because that integrated Kashmir with India and restored human and civil rights to millions of Dalits, Gurkhas, refugees, women, homosexuals, and so many others. 5. Balakot strike, because that called out Pakistan's nuclear bluff. 6. 112 million Swachh Bharat toilets, because each new toilet saves the household upwards of 50,000 in health costs, besides giving dignity to every member of the household. 7. 370 million Ayushman Bharat health insurance cards, because that has already treated population more than the population of United Kingdom, because that has slashed out-of-pocket expenditure, single biggest factor in pushing Indians into poverty by 27%. 8. 50,000 kilometers of highways, because that has directly translated into economic prosperity. 9. CAA, because that has corrected a long overdue historic injustice towards non-Muslims of the subcontinent. 10. 110 million tap water connections, because that has slashed under 5 diarrheal deaths by half. 11. Air India privatization, because that proved that God exists. But the story would not be complete if I did not, of course, recount PM Modi's failures as well. After all, he himself says he admires criticism. So here are his 11 spectacular failures. 1. Repealing farm laws. 2. Continuance of temple control by the state. 3. Demonetization. 4. Inaction on Shaheen Bagh and farm protest anarchies. 5. Not abrogating Places of Worship Act. 6. No PSU bank privatization. 7. Apathetic to Bengal violence and Hindu exodus from there. 8. Reneging on Land Acquisition Act. 9. Buckling on Nupur Sharma. 10. Almost no judicial reforms. 11. Continuance of RTE with 93rd Amendment that is forcing thousands of only Hindu-run schools to be closed down. So there we have it. Happy birthday to the Modi government. Failures as well as successes, as is the story of life itself. While the pace can be argued, and I argue it almost all the time, it has to be said that the nation under Modi is on a stunning road to prosperity. Since 2014, our GDP per capita PPP inflation adjusted has doubled to almost 10,000 US dollars. In 2014, inflation was 10%. Today it is half of that. In 2014, multi-dimensional poverty as a percentage of population was 29%. Today it is 11%. In 2014, our forex was 300 billion. Today it is 700 billion. In 2014, there were 74 airports. Today there are 149. In 2014, the number of cities with metro was 5. Today it's 20. In 2014, 21,000 kilometers of rail network was electrified. Today it is 62,000 kilometers. 11 years ago, we had 676 universities. Today we have double that, 1,200. In 2014, there were 350 startups. Today there are 118,000 startups. In 2014, our electronics exports was $7 billion. Today it's 23 billion. In 2014, our renewable capacity was 35 gigawatts. Today it is 181 gigawatts. And in 2014, Sensex was 25,000. Today it is 81,000. In the last 11 years, we have built half the total length of the highways we had built in the last 60 years previous to that. If any other leader other than Modi has achieved this much in 11 years, then he or she deserves to be our next Prime Minister.